If I was starting over as a real estate agent, where would I go first? Here's my thinking, and bear with me on this. People gravitate to online. The most visited websites in the world gravitate to Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, ChatGPT, X, and Reddit. And LinkedIn and TikTok are in the top 20. In person, people gravitate to, or at least what shows me, who's ready to transact, who's raising their hand. And so with those two things and noticing me personally, and I want you to think about this for you, what are your strengths? Where would you gravitate to based on what you're great at? And that's where I would start. I'd start with Instagram. I know it's the fourth most visited website in the world, but it has momentum right now with what's happening politically on TikTok. A lot of people are gravitating to Instagram. And I know that if I post on Instagram, it will also post on Facebook automatically if I set it to do so. And so I'm thinking Instagram, not the 5 platforms, one, and me, would talk about local news. Why? Well, I love data. I graduated with a history degree. I love reading. I understand it. I can comprehend it enough to explain it to people. What about you? Think about which one, if any, of the 5 platforms at the top you would gravitate to more. I would also go into what's working with local news, not just national real estate news. Let's go into local news. Explain what's happening in the community that affects homeowners, because now you start creating a sense of who you are because you're showing up enough for people. And I would pair that with a simple newsletter. And I would tell people, hey, if you want more local information, daily, weekly, whatever it is, join my newsletter. It's in the link above. And so I wouldn't complicate it and I would keep it free. This is where you may want to listen to this. I'd use Substack, Substack, and it's free. It's a blog. It's a newsletter. It's whatever you want to make it. It's almost like social. Pretty sure it fits into the social media category, but acts as a newsletter or a blog. Check it out. And that's where I would, those two things, those are the two that I would add first. Now, as I'm growing, I would pay for ChatGPT. I would start with a free version, maybe Gemini, depending on what brokerage I'm with, because I know some brokerages pay for your Google account. So you have the upgraded Gemini AI, which is really good. So look into that first. But for me, I'd start building local buyer and seller packets. So I'd go to ChatGPT and I'd say, hey, ChatGPT, I work this area. I primarily want to work with luxury agents, luxury clients, and I primarily want to work with sellers that are downsizing. And I'd say create packets for them specifically. This is what I'm looking for. And then it would create these presentations or these PDFs. So when I talk to people or when I show up on Instagram or send out a newsletter, I'd say, if you like my whatever PDF it is, whatever 10 things you need to do over here, whatever those are, I actually have something to give away. And so with ChatGPT, you can do that. Gemini, Claude, all of that. Now you start creating an arsenal of things that you can hand out and give, right? So those are 3. Number 4, I would create opportunities for myself through open houses. So I'd go to open houses and I'd say, what open houses are there that I could sit on, either with my brokerage or out there with other agents? If your brokerage allows you to sit other agents that are not in your brokerage's open, you can do that. If not, then don't. Then go to your own brokerage and start there. Now, you're not only doing it as an open house, you're taking advantage and door knocking around the open house. And what are you giving? Well, hopefully you can go to ChatGPT and break down the stats in the area or the things to do or whatever it is that you want to give out as a handout. But the important thing is you're connecting and door knocking the neighbors. And what are you inviting them to join? Well, the open house, but more importantly, you're hopefully capturing their data to add them to your newsletter because you want to keep everyone updated as to what's happening. That's how I would do it, open house to door knocking. Now, I would also add a layer to this. And I would add a giveaway. And I would think, well, I'm barely starting off. I probably don't have very much money. So the way that I would do it is I'd run a monthly giveaway, $100 gift card, $100 Amazon card, Visa card, doesn't matter, or maybe to the local amazing coffee shop. But what you would do is you would create at open houses on your newsletter on social a game and say, hey, everyone that joins my newsletter this month, we're entering them to win the gift card at the end of the month. Or visit my open house. And while you're at my open house, look for this specific, toy. I'm holding up Donald Duck on YouTube. Look for this specific toy in one of the rooms, take a picture of it, and post it up on social and tag me. Once you do that, I'll take a look at it and I'll enter you to win a $100 gift card at the end of the month. And look, you're doing a $100 gift card a month, not a day, not a week. And this way it's scalable because now you're attracting people. Now I would layer all of this with expireds and for sale by owners. I did that. So I did door knocking. If I were going to start all over, I have some new tech, which is beautiful. But back then I didn't. So I door knocked, I cold called, and I reached out to my sphere, but my sphere was in their early 20s, so they couldn't buy. So that didn't work. So I had to reach out to my parents and their sphere. And so I had the door knock and open house, right? But expireds and for sale owners was a big piece. I would say it still is. And you need to work it differently. I'd practice with AI first. See, that's the beauty of living where we live now, time-wise. You can set up an AI chat with ChatGPT and say, hey, I want you to be an expired for sale by owner. I want you to be hard on me. Give me 7 objections. Here's the address. I'm going to call you. Go. And then practice. And then get your language down because you're also going to tell it to help you get better. Because if you don't ask it to help you get better, it won't. It'll be like, okay, we're done. And I want you to hopefully record what you're saying on video with your phone or with a camera. And listen to yourself. Listen to your tonality. Listen to where you stutter. Listen to how you can get better. Because those people that have a great tonality and connect with the right dialogue and don't stutter and have great confidence connect with people better that are trying to sell their home. They've already tried one time. It didn't work. They're trying on their own. They want somebody who can do it at a great price for them. For sale by owners and expireds, right? I would start with older ones. I wouldn't start with newer ones. I get yelled at often. Older ones, best. And then I would just reach out and see who is ready now. Now, these take time. This is why I layer everything else on top. And I would also, since you have expireds and FSBOs, I would also call landlords. I would invest in a company called PropStream. And for calling expireds and for sale by owners, you can go with RedX or LandVoice. Doesn't matter. But for landlords and for other data in an area, I would go with something like PropStream, where I can reverse engineer and say who in this area has more than one home, up to 3, so small landlords, that may have bought in the last 6 years. Because what I've noticed when I talk to people that own a second or a third home locally, they're like, man, I don't have time to manage. It's been such a headache, this and that. It's overwhelming. And that's an opportunity for you because when you reach out to them, you'll find quickly they're tired of having these tenants there and they didn't sign up for this. They thought it would be easier. So that is a low-hanging fruit. Now, when you combine all of those and you show up consistently, here's the thing. You've got to show up every day. And yes, maybe some days you call expireds and FSBOs more. Yes, some days you're going to have an open house and others you're not. But when I'm doing open houses and I have nothing else to do and I'm brand new and I'm all in, well, I'm having 3 open houses a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe Sunday 2, Saturday 2, and I split the day and that's 4. If I'm looking at a newsletter, I'm writing it weekly because I'm all in here. If I'm posting to Instagram, I'm posting at least once a day, at least. So if I'm all in on this, that means I'm consistent and I'm showing up. And I want you to do the same. Outline what is it that you're going to do if you're brand new and if you've been here for a while. Good job, but how can you level up? Look at your strengths and ask yourself, am I showing up enough where I should be showing up based on where the consumer is in person and online? Anyway, if you found this useful, I have an outline of the things I would do. I grabbed my notes, put it into ChatGPT, made it look pretty for you. This is episode 783. Message me on Instagram. I'll send this over to you.